So, of the hitmen, we've got remaining in the competition. Who are you going with?
I'm going for Chris.
And that's it. And John Chambers is the man in the hot seat. He's gone 3 out of 3. We will be back.
Now, let's get the random draw done to find out who Phil Harrison will play in our next match.
Yeah, Phil's obviously a class player. I've been hiding as much as I can, trying not to get picked out. But yeah, we're here.
It's a shame, but Phil Harrison has got his first win on the board. Unlucky to Darryl Whitworth. We will be back with you after the break.
I'm probably going to have a go at Jaden. I haven't played Jaden before, so it'd be nice to have a game with him.
Got the 8 ball moving a little bit, but nothing doing. So first chance goes to the young man from Birmingham.
Stick with John McCallister. I just don't think anybody's going to want to pick him out.
Yeah, I think the only way John gets picked is if Phil wins his last 2 and Cole gets eliminated.
Yeah. Well, our first look at Jaden Billingham. The young star from the Midlands.
He had a great weekend in Bolton, didn't he, Jaden?
He's had a few great weekends, really. And I think it was you that made a point, or somebody made a point of like saying, you know, just 18 years old, but it feels like he's been around a long time, and you know he's come up to the pro level like, you know, just like it's a breeze.
And the thing is, it's scary for the other players on tour because Jaden has only just turned 18. And as you say, it feels like he has been around for such a long time, but he's already causing an impact and beating these pros that have been on the tours for 10, 20 years.
Yeah, and if he's getting beat, and he's getting beat by top pros, you know, like this, you likes of Stevie Dempsey, Cousins, whether he's already beaten Tom as well. It's only by the old frame. It's not like, you know, he's getting a trouncing. I think he had one sort of heavy defeat against Chippy, but he just had dry breaks, and it's when Sean, I think, went on and won that tour event. Sean was just breaking and going out, which he can do. He gets into those parts of matches where it's just a wave of potting from Chippy, and there's nothing you can do about it. You just sort of sit there and just admire it. He's such a good player, Jaden.
Yeah, and he just fires that one down the line like it's hanging over the pocket to start. Now he's right in the balls, and he's this red and black at the top. I think he can play off the red to open up the black. So, good opportunity. There we go. This is the shot you feel if he gets this right.
Well, you think that black ball's it's going towards that top right-hand corner. It's obviously not a straight plant into there, so you think it would just bounce and go near that bag. Well, he didn't make the pot.
Surprised he went cushion first.
I am. I think straight into the red.
The only thing that maybe could have changed the decision, maybe it was touching the top cushion. You never know, but it's a good opportunity for Phil Harrison now. And the first opportunity missed from Jaden. Yeah, perfect by Phil.
He just pop this into the corner, leaving out on the one in the middle, and then through the cue ball up onto the top rail for the last red. Harrison's going to win the first frame.
Yeah, and he's going to punish the Jaden Billingham mistake. Jaden is still on break, so not ideal, but not worst case scenario.
The old campaigner. Will forgive me for saying that, but been there and seen it all. Phil Harrison over a glittering career.
And Jaden goes dry. But it wasn't a bad hit at the balls. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, it makes great impact. Just nothing really challenged the pocket. That yellow towards the top left, possibly, but yeah, not the start that Jaden would have wanted. They're opting to go for the reds. Where are you going from here, Tony? I wonder if Phil's looking at the plant on the inside, two reds.
Yeah, I don't mind that shot. I think you're forced to play it really, because playing the one over the bag's not going to do you any favours at all. He's quite close to it. You fancy him to get it. He won't be over enamoured with where he's left the cue ball. That red obviously goes down into the bottom left-hand corner, but he's a bit too close to it. Just play that.
I wonder if he can play into the yellow he's closest to now.
He tried and he's had a very skinny flick on it, and it's not enough.
I thought he was going to come down and flick into the other one, above the other red. Because I think if he'd got that right, he would have still had the one over the pocket. But wasn't to be. That's a great shot from Phil.
Yeah, and acknowledged by Jaden. He tapped his hand on the table.
Jaden has got a shot here. He just wants to hold the white on that yellow above.
I think he plays safe.
Yeah, there you go.
No need to stretch his legs just yet.
Yeah. Well, with that white tight on the yellow, if he's got it right, it blocks the one cushion for Phil, which makes the snooker even harder. Looks like Phil's just got enough. They can play with side. And in fact, he went close to the pot, and look where the white is.
Yeah, I think he's left enough of that yellow sticking out that Jaden can play it into the centre. 𝗖𝗃 he can. Billingham now looking at the finish.
Nice angle.
Yeah, you can play the yellow up into the top left, get behind that other yellow that's stuck to the red to play it into the centre where that 𝗘𝗃𝗲𝗍 is now. Let's get over a bit more. He's okay. Just looking at that angle, I think he can push through into that red and just get the 𝗘𝗃𝗲𝗍 along far enough that and have a shot on the other one into the centre as well. And that's perfect. Pots one in the middle now, runs the 𝗘𝗃𝗲𝗍 down to the bottom of the table, probably bounce off the bottom railing up a little bit, and then the two yellows and the black, and this is plain sailing now for Jaden. This is 1-all.
Yeah, it's a good response after just not quite getting out in the first frame.
Yeah, it's clinical by Jaden there. Phil will be a little bit annoyed, but it's Jaden Billingham levelling things up.
Jaden's got a very good ability just to zone out any bad experiences or anything like that he's had out on the table.
Yeah, he's a very cool customer for such a young lad. He's played some big money games as well, hasn't he, already?
Yeah, he's a youth world champion as well.
Yep.
How many years do you reckon it'll be, Tony, before he lifts a men's world title? Do you reckon in the next five years?
Every possibility. He's every possibility of winning anything at any time, pretty much now.
Bill back on the cut break. I'll tell you what.
The thing with Jaden is he's got loads of bottle.
Yes.
Loads of bottle. Nothing phases him. He's not scared of anybody, and he's going to be around a long, long time at the top of this game of pool. Feel relieved to see that ball fall in.
Just checking to see if that was touching ball.
And it is. Scott just pointing at the red, and when he does the point, that means it is touching. Not going to affect Phil. He's playing away from it anyway, and he's on yellows.
He wanted to play the one to the bottom right, and he's left himself hampered on it, which is why there was the big face of disgust that we...
Yeah, but the problem he's got now is it's not just playing this pot, it's getting onto his next ball as well. He's dribbling, he's going to play that long yellow. So you think that took everything out of the equation if you want to go a different route.
This isn't bad, because the yellow goes into the same pocket, so just come in and drift the white across.
Could take it in the middle if he plays it gently. Just dribbles with a little bit of side.
He's agreed with you.
And why wouldn't he? That's the yellow now into the right-hand centre. 𝗡𝗶𝗴𝗵 offside cushion, bottom cushion.
Yeah, it looks like a fairly natural Tony, doesn't it?
That's probably as bad as he could have finished. Now, I don't know if he's trying to go further to have the black in the left-hand centre or if he's trying to stop that shorter to go in the other. You'd have to ask Phil.
He's going to be cutting it back, so...
He's cutting into the middle.
Yeah, it's nicely done.
Yep, no problems for the father, though, in the end.
Yeah, there's just over 5 minutes left on this shot clock, so... It's not been the quickest match. I mean, neither Phil or Jaden, you would say, are the quicker players on tour, but... Be interesting to see, obviously, how the dynamic changes when they get to the 5
Well, we know
minutes.
Phil hates it. Phil hates the 15 seconds. It catches him out so much because you can always see he's deep in thought and then thinks, oops. You know, it's like he just remembers it again, and it's like he suddenly jumps to attention and he ends up skipping and running, trying to play his shot, you know, with like
It's like
1 second to spare a lot.
It's like the 𝗡𝗵𝗃𝗄𝗃, isn't it? You almost just end it as that realm. What a break by Jaden, by the way. Deserves a good split. Has he got one? The reds look pretty good. You just see the power he generates through it. Little bit in between.
Is that 3-ball plant? Can you make it?
I think it's what he's looking at. He's changed his mind. He's going to play for the cut up the line.
Yeah, not an easy shot to play.
I thought it was going to drop though. And now we're into that 5 minute, 15-second shot clock. So Phil Harrison's got to get his running shoes on a little bit. He goes straight down onto that 5 seconds. But he has only really got one good shot to play here. It's just to solve the 2 reds at the yellows at the bottom. Well,
a good outcome there for Phil.
Can he maybe play hard into the top yellow and knock the other one in? Not to be. But I think...
It's not a bad leave, is it, with those 2 reds?
Can Jaden get to the red over the pocket at the top? Or can he play a 3-ball plant onto it? Oh, he's not got the time. He's going to run out. Well, he could put the one in the middle. That changes things a little bit.
Well, he's got to go into the yellow now, over the bag. He's got to knock the 2 reds out. That'll do.
Great shot from Jaden.
And this one will hurt Phil.
Oh, has he potted the red? Just about. Yeah, and Phil's let him off the hook. And that's going to be 2 each. It's going to be Phil Harrison to break. As we said, Tony, Luke Gilbert and Don Cooney will definitely be rooting for Phil Harrison. I imagine that John Chambers, John McCallister and Cole Bedford will be rooting for Jaden.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been quite funny to the start of the evening as every place sort of come out and been drawn out where they're looking at Cole Bedford punching the air every time it's not him and walking back out of the arena.
Cole Bedford really wants this. Obviously, he's won his 3 matches. He wants to be out of the arena for as long as he possibly can be.
Well, he could add this to his British Open title. I'm sure he'd love that.
I almost feel like Cole will be disappointed if he gets called out in the final because he'll want to wait until tomorrow. What a break that is by Phil as well, by the way. If he gets the first shot right, then he should be gone.
Well, I think there must be quite a lot of room between that black ball and that yellow at the top of the table because he's not tried to shift anything. He didn't even leave that red at the top of the table as his go-to ball at the end of this finish.
Yeah, I thought if he was going to go for it, from the overhead it looks like he's got room, but
yeah,
if he had gone for it, I thought he might have gone for it with the first shot where he had the natural on the red that he cut back. Opted against it. Still doesn't want to run out of time though.
Now, when he's got his angles out, what we just saw from that overhead, he wants to get the cue ball just before the bolt line. Anywhere there, he's going to have a clear view of the black ball. So just before the bolt line for Chris. Sorry, Phil. Chris? Where's Chris come from?
Is Chris Day back in the event?
I don't know. I'm just making it up as I go along.
Yeah, he's absolutely perfect on this 8 ball, and this is going to be for 3-2. He's going to be leaving Jaden Billingham about a minute. So more than enough time for the young man.
Yeah, 1 minute 3 seconds.
Definitely has enough time to draw, or a golden break could get him a win.
Jaden Billingham knows exactly what's required from this break. He has to win the frame from it.
Oh, that's a horrible kicking off.
Nail in the coffin for Jaden Billingham as he looks at the table. And I think he knows.
Look at that, he actually hit it really nice. And you could hear him say, wow.
Wow, yeah. Bit unlucky there for Jaden.
Yeah, it's a rough way to go.
Harrison just going to run the clock down now. No need to try and win the frame. He's already 3-2 up, and you can see we're down into the last 20-odd seconds. So within 2 shots, this match will be over.
I wouldn't say it's been pitch perfect, Paul, from Phil, but what it has been is it's just been solid and effective against 2, I suppose, slightly less experienced professionals in Jaden and Daryl. But he's going to get the job done again, and Phil is going to be 1 away from 3 in a row. We will be back after the break.
Well, welcome back out to the arena. Let's see what we can do here. 6 players left one of these 6 is going to win the last man standing. And Phil, you're now sitting on 2 wins from 2. First of all, how pleased with how you've been able to handle the pressure and the situation in those first 2 matches?
Yeah, you know, everyone I'm playing, they're all good, aren't they? All these last few are good, and so I'm just trying to take the chances when I get them. But I'm still trying to work out the table, and but yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's fun. Yeah.
So far so good. Obviously a decision to make here. You've got 1 more match before you're going to get at least 1 match off. The hot seat is going to disappear after this match when we get down to our final 5. Let's bring up the list of players and your options here. You can go to a random draw, or you can call out one of our hitmen, which is everybody but Dom Cooney and Luke Gilbert here.
I think I'm going to pick 𝗏𝗏𝗵𝗃, I think.
There we go. Straight away. Cole, you might not have heard this. He's going to pick 𝗏𝗏𝗵𝗃.
We're not friends anymore.
Phil, before you run away, what was the reason for picking Cole?
I don't know.
I'll have it in your words, Phil, rather than Cole's.
I don't know. I just thought, he come and cuddled me, so I thought I'd have a game with him, sort of thing.
That's fair enough. You want to give him a little bit of table time, Phil. Well, congratulations in your 3rd match. Cole, before you get your cue, come over. We've obviously, everyone in the building's heard your thoughts on this matchup already, but what are you thinking? Obviously, you've been called out. You've done a lot of good work today. You've got to come out and do a lot more good work here to try and get this hands on this title.
Yeah, well, I was arguably the worst player left in, and I was the only one that you could actually pick, so it was pretty obvious he was going to pick me.
He could have picked John McCallister.
Yeah, and like the number 5 in the rankings instead of number 16, and the guy who fluked the trophy. So
The British Open champion.
yeah, fluke. Yeah.
Well, it's
His name is on the trophy as well, so
Yeah.
I'll take 6.
Feeling good then.
Yeah.
Feeling good then, Cole.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get it on. It's always fun when Chaos Cole is in the building and when he's playing pool. Let's see if that delivers once again.
Flying.
He's got a golden break.
Gold.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God, even the animation's on at the back. Oh, you couldn't write it.
How's it not gone in? Oh, the temptation to kick the table now if you're Cole Bedford is
That's comical.
unbearable. Thing is, it'll probably drop in with when the ball goes in the pocket with the vibration.
Yellow ball's in play.
Well, I must admit, I cannot believe that black ball didn't drop in for Cole.
It's mental, isn't it?
Ugh. Ooh. Unlucky there. Well, just look at the yellows. If that had gone in, he was home and hosed. Cole will go into discussion now with all and sundry. How on earth that black didn't fall into that corner bag. Meanwhile, Harrison has these reds at the top. Now, which ones are going to leave? This is the question. For his last one at the top of the table to come down for this one at the bottom, that's going to be his last red.
I imagine it'll be the one going towards right middle, the way that he's come across here.
Hello. That's okay. Yeah, I'm with you. It's an easy shot as well. If he leaves an angle, he can screw the cue ball into the side rail, you know, avoid that black ball completely and still get onto the red. And that's perfect. He can run this in now, send the cue ball into the cushion and back off a bit just to give himself a nice angle. He can dig the cue ball. So this cue ball into the rail, back out again. That's perfect. Now I screw into the left-hand side rail to make sure I don't overdo this and go into the black.
Oh, this looks perfect from Phil. Oh, it's beautiful.
That was class, because I wouldn't have been brave enough because I'd have been too scared of digging deep. Yeah, very good out here from Phil.
It's a beautiful finish from Phil.
And it's the farmer that takes the opening frame there. 𝗡𝗶𝗵𝗵. Cannot believe the black did not drop for a golden break to start us off. So, the man from Cambridgeshire, 1 up.
Well, it was quite interesting. I was out getting a spot of food and I came across 3 young players.
We actually saw this, Luke, and I'm going to say something. And myself and Simon Webb were having lunch, and the place we were having lunch, we saw you try one door, and it actually you had to push it to come in, and you were pulling it, and it wouldn't open. Then we watched you go to the other door. You did pretty much the same, and then the third door, and then you gave up and went somewhere else. So that was quite entertaining for myself and Mr. Webb.
Look, I mean, commentary's my strength. Opening doors seemingly wasn't.
No.
Luckily, I had 𝗡𝗏𝗃 at the other side of the bar, who
So
was more than willing to help me out, by the way.
If you were out there
said.
in the arena, you'd be called the doorman. But it was entertaining for myself and Simon Webb, watching you just trying every door of every restaurant and not being able to get in.
Yeah, where one door doesn't open. Well, when one door closes, another one opens. Yeah, I did realise that after. It took me a little while to work it out.
Just joined in over there from afar. Don't worry, I've explained it to everybody.
But it was interesting. When I did get into said bar, obviously Cole and Jaden and Luke were all sat at the bar, and Cole was doing a deep analysis of his matches earlier the afternoon. Literally sat on his phone. He couldn't get away from the event this weekend. And he turned around to me and he went, "Luke, I think I'm the most cursed player in Ultimate Pool." And I turned around and I said, "Cole, I mean, apart from the fact that you've, fluked your way through against 𝗏𝗏𝗃,
No.
you've got away with it against Sean Ash, and you've somehow got over the line in your third game. I completely agree with you."
He's dodged some bullets today for Cole. Is he going to be able to dodge being run over by Bill Harrison's tractor as the farmer ploughs through these reds?
Yeah, Phil's in the zone now. This was probably the worst time for Cole to come out. Just in a kind of linear progression from Phil over the last 2 games that he's played, where he's just got used to the table.
I think it's fair to say Phil Harrison is liking the new cloth.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I'm interested in is obviously the cloth play is very different. It will take different amounts of time for players to adjust. But will it bring a couple of players back into form? And obviously Phil Harrison is one of those that you haven't seen so much at the business end of tournaments over the last 6 months or so. But could this just be the inkling for him to get back on that train? Because we've seen it before, didn't we? It took him a year or 2 to really get into Ultimate Pool, and then he started winning events. And then he just needs to regain that again. Signs from the first 3 matches he's played here, all looks well in the Harrison camp. Cole needs to very quickly get a frame on the board here. Going for that cut break again. And he's got the 8-ball moving again, and it's close again. And it's gone dry. Slams the cue to the floor.
Not happy. Not a happy camper indeed, 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏. I think he's more frustrated getting a dry break than obviously not making the 8-ball from it.
for yellows here. He's just got an angle to potentially budge out the one that's underneath the two reds if he wants to. Nicely done. Now it's just about working out how you're going to land nicely on the 8 ball.
He's looking at leaving the cue ball just away from the left-hand side cushion, playing a thin cut with a yellow into the bottom right, and then steering the cue ball up to the top of the table. This isn't going to be easy for Phil.
It's quite a fine line he's trying to hit, isn't it?
Yeah. A lot of traffic about as well. Well, he's on the yellow.
He's a little bit straight.
Does he try and just play this into the far right-hand cushion, left-hand side, and come past the red that's in the middle of the table and drop onto that left-hand rail behind the 8 ball to play it into the top right-hand corner?
I think that's what he wants to do. I just don't know how much angle he's got.
I wonder if he thinks he can get past that middle on the right there and be able to cut it in the corner. He probably can. So he might dig this now. Just come past the middle bag.
He needs to go past the reds.
His head's in the air. I think he... Oh, that is so tight.
Here's the question. Is this a Phil Harrison or is this a Phil Harrison?
Yeah. It means it goes when he put his head in the air like that. I think it's a Phil Harrison. I think it goes.
It's a Phil Harrison. And that is 3-0. And he does avoid the free frame curse.
He does indeed.
Is that a sign?
From being in the final 5.
Little smile there from Cole Bedford. I think he knows he's in big trouble here.
Not really had much of a chance. You know, that black not going in on the opening frame for a golden break.
I imagine the outlook of the game actually would have been very different if that had gone in. I mean, I know Phil's played very, very well here, but going 1-0 down sometimes just changes dynamics.
But Phil not put a foot wrong in this match. He's been right at the top of his game. This is sort of rolling back the years to the Phil Harrison that was winning world titles.
And I mean, he's done it in under 9 minutes as well, let's not forget. Oh, averaging about 3 minutes a frame. And look at the split.
Yeah, Cole Bedford might throw the towel in here. I think he's picked it up.
He's got it ready.
It is ready. He's going to wait until he gets onto the black. I said, but I'm telling you now, that towel's going to come onto the table before the end of this rack.
Yeah, Cole's had a great day, it has to be said.
He's done nothing wrong. He missed a really tough yellow into a middle in the opening frame after the black didn't go on that golden break, and he's not seen a ball since. Dry break, or 2 dry breaks, is it?
I've just got one shot, I think, just the yellow in the top right. I don't think goes normally. I think it might just need a nudge. Which he might go for now if he's got a nice angle. Just looking at it now. Can he land on it? He obviously can. Tight. Great shot.
bag next. Bit left-hand side. No, he's going to go into the middle.
Just any shot on the one over the pocket and he should get out. There you go. Providing nothing silly happens from here.
Towel will be on the table if he gets plumb beyond his black. Ooh. He wouldn't throw the towel here, is he?
He is.
Wow, I'd make him play that.
But you've got to be said, it's got to be said, Tony, that was absolutely vintage from Phil Harrison, and he has won 4-0, he's won 3 in a row, and he has eliminated Cole Bedford. We will be back after the break.
Well, welcome back out to the arena. 5 players remain in the competition. And Phil Harrison, congratulations. You've got yourself safely out of the arena. 3 wins from 3. There's no hot seat anymore. That is gone. But you do get a match grace. But you have to say a very good performance to come through 3 of those matches.
Yeah, I've played all right actually. I'm just trying to get on each ball properly, and see if I can get behind each ball and just try and go the right way about the finish. And I'm not as flashy as some of them. I just try and prod them in, But I've got them, so that's good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're doing the business on the table. You've got a decision to make before we let you go and get yourself comfortable for a match off. Because Cole was a hitman and you're a hitman, you can't win the money on his head. But you can now either put it onto your own head or put it onto any of the other 4 players' heads. You can double up the 2 over there or give the 2 over there 1 for themselves. What would you like to do with Cole's bounty on his head?
I'll probably double up on John, I think.
Which one? Which John?
John.
So so the bounty doubles up on John Chambers' head. Okay, any reason for that?
No, just no. I don't know who to put it on. So yeah, just get on with it and play the next match.
That's fair enough. Absolutely. Well, you get a match off. So we're going to do the draw for the next match in a moment. I want to come over here though and have a quick chat with Team Blessed because we've met everybody else in the competition. We have no idea how you 2 are playing. I mean, it's been a very strange tournament for you, isn't it, Tom?
Well, it's my best tournament this season. I've not missed a ball, so I'm pretty happy. Hopefully it continues.
It would be fitting if you 2 were drawn out as the next match. You'd enjoy that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it'd be good fun. I mean, we've obviously quite deep into the comp without actually playing a shot, but it is what it is. But you probably just told us the draw, so a bit suspect to what comes up next. But
I absolutely have no idea what the draw is, by the way. It's a random draw. Well, how are you feeling about this weekend? It's been a strange one.
Yes, I suppose it's been a bit boring just waiting around. Don't really know how I'm playing. I've had about 10 frames on this cloth, so yeah, you're just waiting to be called out. You don't really care when you get called out, especially now. It doesn't matter, does it? So.
Now you've got to win some matches anyway, whatever happens from here. So let's.
Hopefully one.
The Josh Kane mode, that's what everyone's looking for. Okay, let's fire up the machine then and find out what our next match will be. Phil, do you want to just move out the way?
Yeah, you've done enough damage.
And it is John McCallister. John, how are you feeling about that? Obviously, you've had some form coming through this tournament so far. Yesterday was a good day for you. Now you're going to have to put in, well, you're going to have to win 4 straight matches, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I played 4 yesterday, so I just need to win these 4 now.
Yeah. Sounds like a pretty good plan. Let's find out who you'll be playing in the next match. And finally, we get to see one half of Team Blessed. Tom, you are drawn out, so there's a lot of work for you to do to get your hands on the trophy, but you said you were looking forward to getting going, and here you are.
Yeah, you expect it at this point. I thought we might have dodged another bullet, me and Luke, but obviously it just proves he's a bit luckier than I am. But yeah, I'm good to go. Happy to go.
The luckier member of Team Blessed, that's definitely an accolade.
Yeah, he's only just put his pool shoes on. He's had his trainers on all weekend, so yeah, he knew he ain't going to be playing till this point, so yeah.
Well, let's get it on. Best of luck in the next match. It is coming up after this break.
Dom Cooney coming out for the first time in minimum 5th place, Tony. You've got to say, great run from Don this weekend. Hasn't missed a ball.
No, fantastic. Also, Luke Gilbert going even better.
I know.
He's not missed a ball either, and he's through.
The only catch for these boys, though, obviously for John and Dom, is because of the format, they have to win 4 matches in a row to pick up the title. So probably the worst place you could have come out towards the end of the tournament.
Yeah, but then for Dom, he's had a nice rest, hasn't he? Before he's come out into the money as well. Before he's had to get his cue out of his case.
Nothing to lose, I suppose.
Nice split here, though. Five players left, 3 of them from Cambridgeshire.
Yeah, 2 of them from Team Blessed.
Absolutely.
It couldn't be, Tony. It couldn't be a Team Blessed final.
Well, for that to happen, Dom's going to have to oust John McCallister, and that is going to be no easy task. John was I made him my favourite for this title earlier today. Even last night, I was thinking that while it was unfolding, I thought he's not going to get picked. He's going to have to be drawn out of there.
Needs that to run, just about.
Yeah, they like to go a little bit further up.
Yeah, it's great to see Dom in a business end of the tournament. It feels like it has been a little while. Dom had a great start to the Pro Series last year. Pretty sure it was 2 semi-finals from memory. But Dom obviously won on the Pro Series in his first year. He's yet to pick up a title since, but has all the capabilities of doing so. It feels just, at times, like his one weakness can be his break. But in terms of his cue ball and his precision, Dom is right up there with some of the very world's best.
Yeah, he's a great player. Good player, good head on his shoulders. Top, a nice, likeable fella. That's on most of them, to be fair to them. John McCallister now.
I think that's what's made the dynamic of the weekend so good, Tony, is that all of the players get along with each other. There's no
issues with any of the players. There's no agendas. It's, you know, they all want to win, but they all want to play it the right way as well.
It's been a little while since we've seen John McCallister, obviously. Last time John played it was last night, wasn't it, Tony, from memory?
Well, he actually got beaten, didn't he, on a 6-red shootout by 𝗪𝗪𝗃 yesterday, but then because of being a hitman.
My word, what a break that is from John McCallister.
Incredible break. Because of being a hitman, though, yesterday he managed to nab that extra life. So the lifeline was thrown at John McCallister, and then 𝗪𝗪𝗃 called him back out again, and didn't he make the most of it?
Yeah, he's gone from hitman to what a hitman. That's an unbelievable break. Astonished. With Reds, it's not often as well that when you make a break like that, that the balls that go down, that colour set are the ones that are openly available. But they are for John here. There you are, lovely shot.
Yeah, great control there, just to send a cue ball through the gap of those yellows back off the rail. Come back out without feathering any of them. Got a nice little angle. They can just run the cue ball through into the top rail. Come back down for the black. This to go level for John.
Brilliant finish from John.
Yeah, in she goes.
And this has been a very high quality start from both players.
John's going to have a quick bathroom break. No, he isn't. got to get a file. We saw him point as he walked past Dom there, and he pointed in the direction of where the toilets were, but obviously that's where his Hugh case is, with all his accessories and repair kit and such.
Yeah, so what's he using the file there for, Tony? Is it just to smooth the cue out a little bit?
I think, obviously, when the cue's going through his bridge hand, he's obviously feeling maybe just a tiny little bump on the cue, so when he's just getting rid of it, a little bit of wood maybe sticking out, he maybe bump the cue somewhere, and he's obviously not entirely happy, so it's like having a little tiny bit of, you know, we saw it yesterday where, I can't remember who it was now, was it 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏? But there's a tiny little thread of his tip was just in his eye line when he was playing shots, and got out the file and the kit just to get rid of it. It can be off-putting.
Not ideal for Dom there. Went for the cut break and he's gone dry and gave John a natural angle to tackle out one of his yellows straight away.
I think John was expected to knock both yellows out there in the same shot, and he's only just took the one out, so as you can see, there's one still stuck there on that right-hand side.
Yeah, a little bit more work to do for John. Having 5 yellows out in the open, though, does give him some options of how to tackle that.
He's having a good look. He's made his mind up. When his push comes to shove, it will double into the left-hand centre.
There's not an obvious ball to really get it out with,
no,
I
this
suppose.
is what I'm looking at now, and I'm thinking he might have to settle for that. If he left it to last ball, I mean, if you did double it into left-hand centre, you're bound to be on the black. But then you've got to get the cue ball into that position to be able to play that double, but I'm sure John has a plan in mind. Ruby could play that yellow off the red into the centre and bring that off the cushion and play a very fine dribbly cut into the middle, just if you got right behind it, but no.
Just wasn't quite worth the risk, I don't think.
No, he's accepting a double. There you go. If he gets over 2-5, he's going to have to play it with a bit of left-hand side and just check the double. So it narrows the angle, but it will hold the cue ball onto the black. So it just runs this in, runs the cue ball forward a bit off the rail. That's bang on it.
Looks about perfect.
It looks about straight. Makes this double. This is frame ball, this yellow. So he makes it. He's got an absolute tap in black. And then it goes.
It's just so smooth, isn't it, with John? It's effortless.
Yeah. Well, he didn't try anything fancy. He had a look. He tried to get both yellows out in the same shot earlier. Had a look, thought, okay, I'll just take the double. I'm not going to try and be over elaborate. Knock in the yellows, leave myself on the double. And then you can look at John McCallister's record this weekend. 3-all there with Rab McCulloch, which he lost the 6-red shootout, but then Rab then pulled him back out after he got that extra life, and didn't have to give it back to him there. 4-1 against Ricky Jones. 2-2 there with David McWilliam.
The only thing that could apply to John that maybe doesn't apply to
6-red, yeah. And now he's playing Dom Cooney.
I was going to say the only thing that may apply to John and maybe not the others is that potential fatigue. Because obviously if John was to pick up the title tonight, he'll have to win 8 matches in the tournament to do it. When I was out in Ultimate Pool Ireland, Stevie Dempsey won 10 matches in that tournament to get to the final and basically ran out of steam. He looked so tired by the time he got to the final. He had nothing to give in the end.
No.
So John's going to have to keep the energy levels up if he's going to win tonight. One man who is a big John McCallister fan, you feel at the moment, might be John Chambers, who's looking across at us from the side of the room.
Yeah, Mr. Chambers trespassing in our commentary area.
He's not seen any barriers or anything like that. No. I think he's free to pass for now. Was absolutely perfect here as well. Good opportunity to bounce back quickly.
Well, yeah, it was McCallister's break, went and off. Wants a bit of angle. Has a bit of angle. He punched through with right hand side off the rail, he can.
Yeah, that'll do. It's a lovely response from Dom.
And there we are at 2-all. Dom Cooney completes the finish.
Just over 10 minutes left, so you don't think the match clock's going to really kick in. Maybe
No,
the last frame will have an impact, but...
No, this is going to for... The thing with John McCallister, that big sledgehammer break he's got, if you do going off it, you do leave finishes like that for your opponent. That is the downside of having such a big break. But the plus side, though, is when you do keep the cue ball on the table, he's generally breaking addition, isn't he?
We've really had both sides of the agenda, I suppose, in this match. I mean, the first one, I think it was 5 he made. Oh, Dom gets kicked in off.
Yep, he's just repaid the compliment.
Not what Dom needed.
Yeah, you can feel a bit aggrieved there. Cue ball not really flirting with any pockets, but that red's kicked it in, and that's the thing. You just cannot control 15 pool balls all galloping around the table at once. Back a tad further than he probably would have liked, but that's still okay. Cue ball now into the side rail and past those two reds and back out. Perfect. Plays his yellow now bottom right. Well, both yellows, I would have thought, are going to go into the same pocket. He could just drop this in and play into the middle. He's contemplating that now as he just stood by that corner looking to see which he prefers. Either or will do as long as he's just running towards the black ball after said shot. He's chosen the ball into the middle, and this is just a plain roll-in. McCallister's going to get himself onto the hill.
John's got the fate in his own hands.
Very smoothly done by McCallister.
You know, he gives himself another 3 minutes or so as well on that 30-second shot clock. It is key.
Well, it's all become a bit tiresome for Don. He has a yawn. He's been sat about for a long, long time, and it must, you know, fatigue must creep in, even though you've not played. There's waiting and wondering if it is going to be me.
Well, this is the thing. We're now into, I mean, obviously without the breaks, in terms of the event, we're actually 13 hours in at this point. So
yeah.
For the players that are waiting around, it's a lot of time to try and kill with not a lot really to do, obviously having to be near the arena in case you do get called out. John's made a ball off a break here, so he's going to have an opportunity to wrap up the match here as well.
I do remember John Chambers saying earlier today when he picked Joe Prince, and he told me the reasoning behind it. He said, I just happened to look round and he said, he looked like he had nothing in the tank because he'd been sat about, and he'd obviously practiced as well all day yesterday, kept playing. And I think he tied himself out, and he said, I looked at him, he looked like his eyes were half shut. He said, right, you'll do for me. I love Joe Prince. And of course, he did dispatch him as well.
But this is the thing, it's having that mental stamina as well. I think that's what wins you this event. Obviously, to a degree, it's luck as well. I mean, the way that Josh Kane won it last year, I can't imagine it's going to happen again. Luke Gilbert's still got a chance of it, but I can't see it happening unless draws go his way.
You just don't know. Got a hold of that.
Boy, did he. He's still got a shot. It's definitely not where he wanted to be. But the cueist that is John.
Yeah, he's not happy with that at all.
The way he's got to look at it, he's just got to cue one in. He's more than capable. Right in the heart of the pocket.
Right in the heart of Don Cooney, I think, for this match now as well. It's red passes between yellow and black into the corner. Looking like then there were four. And one of those is going to be John McCallister, I feel. He still requires 3 more matches to take down the title.
Yep. And it would be another one to take home to the McCallister household. There's been a few of those over the years. Obviously,
yeah.
I know Danielle's watching on tonight, so obviously, Danielle, I hope you're well. And it's fair to say that your partner John is definitely doing the business at the moment, Tony. It has to be said.
He is indeed. Well, we hear the bell for 15 seconds a shot, but it's not going to matter too much. It's only going to be one of them.
And that is one member of Team Blessed that is going to fall. Dom Cooney staring down the barrel. And John McCallister is into the last 4. He defeats Dom Cooney. He's got a decision to make. We'll be back after the break.
Well, welcome back out to the arena. John McCallister, that was another very solid performance from you. Match number 5, done and dusted in the books. Down to the final 4. Things are getting serious out here now.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what to say, to be fair. Like, I didn't even feel that good, but luckily the finishes were quite easy, to be fair, so I got a bit of luck there.
Big decision now, of course. Wide open. It's your second match. You can now, Phil's obviously had his match of grace, so he's now available to be picked. You've got Luke Gilbert who's yet to play, and of course John Chambers is available, or you can go to the random draw, but the choice is completely yours. Are you going to pick, or are you going to go to a random draw?
I'll pick.
Pick. Okay. That's good, I think. John Chambers is hiding. Do you know who you're going for? Who are you going to play in the next match?
Well, I'll go for the other half of Team Blessed. I'll pick Luke.
Luke Gilbert, next player up. What's the thinking there, taking on the player that you yet to play?
Well, I don't know what happens with the bounties, so he's the one without a bounty, so it's just the easiest pick.
Well, you can only win the bounty on your head if you win the tournament, and it'll be the same. So you could try and collect them all up before the tournament's out.
I'll get them after.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan. John, best of luck in the next match. Luke, I guess as the only player yet to play, you thought that might be coming?
Yeah, it was the clear obvious pick. I'm the only one to not hit a ball on the table all weekend, so I'm the only one who's got no idea on form. Plus the other 2 have bounties on the head, so he gets the choice next round. And obviously, you know, you get the choice rather than a spin of the wheel. So I was the obvious pick there, and I was like, my cue's basically in my hand already.
You're ready to play. And I guess the only bonus is he has got a bounty on his head, so if you win, you got the opportunity to win that money as well.
Yeah, I suppose I'm the only one left that's actually got a chance at spinning it. And if there's anyone that's going to win it, if I win the match, it's me, isn't it?
Yeah, Team Blessed seems like the absolute way. Okay, here we go. The next match is on the way.